Good morning, class. Today is going to be your first math lesson for 1.7 in your GoMath. We're going to spend 2 days on 1.7. So today you do not need your math workbook. What I need you to do, if you haven't already, is pause the video and go get a whiteboard and dry erase marker or a pencil and paper. Okay, now that you're back and you have your supplies, what we're going to be working on today is using place value to find the sum in an addition problem. Now that might sound like complicated or confusing, but I promise it's not. So first thing I want you to do is let's write our problem down. So our first problem is 629 plus 358. Very important. Make sure you line up your numbers correctly, okay? So you want your ones together in a column, your tens together in a column, and your hundreds together in a column. And if you were paying attention, then you just heard me say ones, tens, and hundreds, which you know are place values. So we're going to use those place values to find that sum. All that means, excuse me, I'm losing my cap. All that means is that we are going to start in the ones place value. We're going to add those up, regroup if we need to. Then we're going to go to the tens place value. We're going to add those up, regroup if we need to. Go to the hundreds place value and add those up. That's all it means. And you've actually done this before in second grade. So here we go. Always, 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 always start in your ones column. 9 plus 8. 9 plus 8 equals 17. Very good. So you carry your 1 up here and your 7 here. If you forget, 17 is a 2-digit number. The 7 is in the ones place, so it stays in this ones column. The 1 is in the tens place, so it needs to go join its friends in the tens column. Okay? In case you need a reminder about the regrouping, we are only writing one number in this space until we get to the end. But for this column and this column, we're writing one number. So the ones stay with the ones, the tens stay with the tens. Okay, let's keep going. Now, don't forget about this guy up here. 1 plus 2 is 3. Good. 3 plus 5 is 8. Good. So I'm going to write my 8 here. Now, this is a 1-digit number, so I do not have anything to carry up here. So now I'm going to go to my hundreds column. 6 plus 3 is 9. Very good. So my answer is 987. That's my sum. Because remember, the answer to an addition problem is called a sum. So all we did here is we used the place value to find the sum. All right, good. Let's practice some more. Erase. Okay, ready to write your next problem? We have 70 plus 698. Now, before you write it down, you need to make sure that your place values are in the correct column. 6 needs to go in the hundreds column. Yes, there's no 100 in this number, but we talked about this in a previous lesson. It still needs to be in the hundreds column. This is like having a 0 when there's a space there. So 698. You still have to make sure your numbers are in the correct columns. All right, let's use place value to find the sum. So start in your ones. 0 plus 8 is 8. Very good. That's a 1-digit number, so we have nothing to carry up here. 7 plus 9, 16. Very good. 16 is a 2-digit number, so the 6 goes here, the 1 goes here. You might say, well, 16, this is a ones and this is a 10. So why is this in the tens and this is in the 100? That's not technically the value. Remember, 16 tens, the value is actually 160. So the 6 is in the tens place, so it stays in the tens column. The 1 is in the hundreds place, so we put it over here in the hundreds where it belongs. Okay, so when you have 16 tens, it's actually the value of 160. So that's why the 6 stays in the tens place and the 1 goes to the hundreds where it belongs. Okay. Then I go to my hundreds column and 1 plus 6 equals 7. Very good. So my answer is 768. Okay, erase. The next problem is 370 plus 555. Okay. All right, we're going to use place value to find the sum. So I'm going to start in the ones column. 0 plus 5 is 5. Very good. Now I'm going to go to my tens column. 7 plus 5 is 12. And remember, 12 tens has a value of 120. So 12 tens equals 120. Okay, if you were to count by 10 12 times, you would equal 120. So that tells me nothing in the ones, so I don't have to do anything there. But there's a 2 in the tens place, and a 1 goes in the hundreds place. Okay, because our numbers need to stay in the correct place value columns. Now I'm going to go to the hundreds. I have 1 plus 3, which is 4. Very good. And 4 plus 5, which equals 9. Very good. So the sum for this addition problem is 925. Okay, good. I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to give you some to do on your own. So let's do 478 plus 429. Okay. Oh, I wrote those kind of big. Let's use place value to find the sum. So I'm going to start in the ones column. 8 plus 9 equals 17. Very good. So I have a 7 in the ones place, and I have a 1 in the tens place. So I'm going to put them where they belong. The ones go in this column, the tens go in this column. Okay, you don't ever want to forget about your little friends up here, because they can, if you forget about them, your answer is going to be completely wrong. Okay, they matter too. So 1 plus 7 is 8. Very good. 8 plus 2 is 10. Okay, so I put my 0 here and my 1 here for 10. And if you're still not sure why I'm doing that, remember 10 ones equals 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. If you count by 10 times, it's 100. So when I write out the value of 100, the 0 goes in the tens place, and the 1 belongs in the hundreds. Okay. Now let's go to the hundreds place. 1 plus 4 is 5. Very good. And 5 plus 4 is 9. Very good. I believe we just did a 5 plus 4 on our last problem. And your sum is 907. Okay, I feel like you're ready to try some on your own. So here we go. Erase, and I'm going to give you a problem to try, and then I'll solve it, and you can check your answer to my answer. So write on your board 706 plus 366. Okay? Pause the video and solve this problem. Press play when you have your answer. Okay, so if you're back, that means you have finished solving this problem. And let's go ahead and use place value to find the sum, and you can check your work that you've done on your own board. So I'm going to start in the ones column. 6 plus 6 is 12. So my 2 stays with my ones. My 1 goes with my tens. Then I go to my tens column. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. That's nothing to carry over. Now I go to my hundreds place. 7 plus 3 is 10. Very good. Now, we've talked about this in other math lessons, and I hope you caught it. Anytime you have more than 3 digits, you need to put a comma, okay, to separate every third digit. So 1, 2, 3, comma. And now this number reads as 1,072. So if you got 1,072, give yourself a pat on the back. Very, very well done. And erase. Okay, your next challenge is 489 plus 73. Now, careful. When you're writing 73, it's very important that you put the correct place value in the correct column. 70 is a tens number, so 73. It's kind of sloppy, sorry. I don't have a hundreds place in this number, but I still need to have the space here in the hundreds column. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video to solve. Press play when you have your answer. All right, if you're back, that means you finished solving this problem and you have your answer. So let's start in the ones column to use the place value to find the sum. So in the ones column, I have 9 plus 3, and 9 plus 3 is 12. So my 1 goes up here with his tens friends, and my 2 goes here with the ones. Now I'm going to go to the tens column. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. So you should have put your 1 up here in the hundreds. Your 6 here. Remember, 16 tens equals 160. So there's a 1 in the hundreds place, a 6 in the tens place. Now go to your hundreds column. 1 plus 4 is 5. So you should have gotten a sum of 562. If you did, give yourself some snaps. Good job, and erase. Okay, your next challenge is 461. I don't know why I wrote that so big. Plus 684. Pause the video. Solve using place value to find the sum. Press play when you're done. Okay, if you're back, then that means you have solved this problem. So now check your work with mine. So I'm going to start in the ones column. 1 plus 4 is 5. 6 plus 8 is 14. Very good. So my 1 goes up here. My 4 goes right here, because 14 equals 100, or 14 tens equals 140. So that's 1 in the hundreds place, 4 in the tens place, okay? Now I'm going to add up my hundreds column. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. Ooh, do you see what I see? I see more than 3 numbers, so I need to go 1, 2, 3, put my comma. And my answer reads as 1,145. If you got this, give yourself a pat on the head. Very good job. Yeah. Okay, erase. Let's do another one. I think you're on a roll. Okay. So next, let's do 548 plus 334. All right, pause the video. I want you to use place value to find the sum. Press play when you have your answer. Okay, if you're back, that means you have found your answer and you're ready to check your work with me. So here we go. Let's start in the ones column. We have 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4 equals 12. So my ones is in the tens place. My 2 is in the ones. Now I'm going to go to the tens column. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. Nothing to carry over here. Now I'm going to go to the hundreds. 5 plus 3 is 8. Very good. If you got a sum of 882, wave your hands in the air and cheer for yourself. Okay, good job. All right, let's erase. I have one more challenge for you. Here we go. Actually, no, I'm going to have 2 more challenges. So write down this problem. 739 plus 513. All right, just as before, use place value to find the sum. Pause the video and press play when you have your answer. Okay, if you're back, that means that you have your sum to this problem and you're ready to check your work. So let's use place value to find the sum. I'm going to start in my ones column. 9 plus 3 equals 12. So there's a 1 in the tens place and a 2 in the ones place. Now I'm going to go to the tens column. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Boom. Nothing to carry over. And then I go to my hundreds column. 7 plus 5 is 12. Do you see what I see? I see more than 3 digits. So 1, 2, 3, comma in front of the hundreds. And this answer reads as 1,252. If you got that answer right, give yourself a round of applause. Very good. Great. Now erase. Now, this is the last one. I'm going to give you a challenge problem. So listen carefully and prepare yourself. Here we go. I want you to add up 5,462 plus, let's do 2,913. Let's do 13. All right, there's your problem, my friends. I want you to use place value to find the sum. Pause the video and press play when you're ready to check your work. Okay, if you're back, that means you have a sum for this problem and you're probably anxiously waiting for me to solve it to see if your answer is correct. So let's go. Using place value, let's start in the ones place. I have 2 plus 3 equals 5. Oh, nothing to carry. 6 plus 1 in the tens place equals 7. Now I'm going to go to my hundreds place. 4 plus 9 equals 13. Very good. And just for bonus information, 13 hundreds equals 1,300. So you have a 3 in your hundreds place right here. You have a 1 in your thousands place right here. That's how you get where your place value goes, where your number goes in the place value, I mean. Okay, so now I have my thousands column, but I need to make sure I pull down my comma. Here we go. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So your sum to this problem is 8,375. If you got a different answer, that's fine. Just look and see what mistake you may have made. Okay? When we make mistakes, we need to use them as learning tools. Okay? Don't be upset about it. Just learn from it. Figure out what did you do wrong so you don't make that mistake again. Okay, I hope you had lots of fun practicing on your whiteboard. Your assignment for math today is actually going to be more practice, okay? So you're going to have these worksheets in your assignment folder on Schoology, okay? So when you go on Schoology, you don't have to print these off, all right? You'll notice that we did these first 2 rows together. You don't have to print these off. You can just pull them up on your computer screen and write them down on your whiteboard or piece of paper. They are just for additional practice, okay? I don't expect you to do all of these problems on both pages, but I want you to pick out a good set of problems, at least 10 problems, to practice using place value to find the sum. All right? Okay, have fun learning. See you tomorrow.